Hi guys, this is another episode of Game Boy Reaper. So now, basically I'm playing Final Fantasy Brave Exodus, and seems like they came out with some new news. So let's take a look at what they're doing. So right now, they're basically going to be having the Crystal Chamber going on, and that's going to be going on from the 4th to the 7th. So, it'll be another easy time to basically level up espers that you haven't leveled up. But, who's got time for that now? Not many. Then, after that, we are having a reset on the bundles for two of them, the Gold Chest Abundance and the Copper Chest Abundance. Both of those are getting resetted after the 18th of August. So, be sure to look out on that if you've already bought it already. Be able to buy it again, or if you just didn't have enough money to buy it before, hey, you'll get another chance to buy it. If it haven't deleted. Then we're getting another trial run. The High Cephalus. Seems like rewards we're getting for this. Obviously, right now they're saying like Demon Killer is effective on it. It inflicts, random status elements and, the physical attacks deal dark elemental damage. So if you got that, that 15% dark element resistant materia, that will probably be pretty helpful for this fight. And then obviously rewards is basically a 4-star Moogle, 5%. It's pretty nice. Then if you clear in 11 turns or more, you get the white orb for 10,000. And then if you do it with no items, you get 15% wind resistance. And then if you clear it with an ally without getting killed, you get False Saint, which is a 20% magic and a 10% MP. Alright. And then they've got Time for Revenge. So it's like another story event where basically you select a team, you basically go through, several events within that one story session, and yeah, you get a lot of cool items, basically like Moogles, gemstones for your enhancements, tickets, and also equipment. Let's look at the equipment that you get. Obviously, this is just showing examples of like awakening materials you can actually get from it. So obviously you can get another great sword that's basically dark element, 74 attack. I'm not even gonna say the name. It's just like it's too much for me. Then you've got that protective armor, 42 defense, 38 spirit. That's actually kind of decent. A lot of armors we have, they have a lot of defense. You don't see too many that have also a pretty good spirit with it. And then you got protective helmet. You got a plus 15 defense, a plus 20 spirit, and a auto shell. So I think that's like slightly decent. It's a little nice with the little auto shell going on there. And then the new summons that they're coming out, which is obviously pretty crazy. Because I heard, as we can go to the new feature summons, that obviously we could start from the top. Obviously, this is one that a lot of people, Vargas of the Dark, this is a lot of people are looking for. Because, if you have, Dark Knight Cecil, if you mesh together with him, you can actually have a lot of good synergy going on. So, yeah, you'll be able to be chaining, crazy good, on the Dark Element chain with him. And then I heard if you like get Vargas of the Dark, because obviously, I mean, with him, I mean, basically you get impact, dark damage, it reduces attack, defense, and magic, and spirit for all enemies. And then you get dark punishment, which is basically deal partially unmitigated damage and reduce dark resistance. And then dark edge basically deals partial unmitigated dark damage to one enemy and add dark element itself. And I think like that dark punishment seems like that's going to be probably like his one move where like he probably chains, but I could be wrong about it. I don't know. I just know this character looks pretty freaking badass. But I heard with him and with, if you have Vargas of the Flame, you know, if you got them both together, you could be pretty freaking powerful. Like, you wouldn't have to pull for a while until like Onion Knight appears, or a couple other really good characters that really, really bring out where, like, you should definitely, go for. With him, basically, he's got, like, basically, he'll boost your attack with his TM, if you have a axe or a heavy armor. And then you have, basically, his abilities. He's got, Fierce Retribute, chance of reducing fire resistance for one enemy when receiving a magic attack. Then Flaming Axe, deal partial unmitigating damage and reduce fire resistance to one enemy, and add fire element to the physical attack for self. And then Earthy Axe, deal partially unmitigated damage and reduce earth element resistance for one enemy, and add earth element to physical self attack. So this unit itself is like really cool. I mean, I felt like he will mesh really good with like Aline, and also will mesh really good with I forgot what that other character that obviously he was able to do fire damage. He will mesh really good with him. I can't think of him on top of my head, but he seems like a really cool character. And then you got Vargas of the Earth. Basically, with his team was like, well, you get the boosted defenses when equipped it with heavy shield, and then you also get to boost your attack when you equip with heavy armor. So, this one would be pretty damn good, or will him. But then again, it'll also be pretty good also on like, someone who's like a slash support, like kind of like tankish kind of character, but can equip both of those. Be pretty nice. Basically his feature abilities are Disintegrate Press, damage one enemy and increase the chance of being targeted. And then Steel Body, boosts own defense and spirit and reduce damage taken for 3 turns. Sounds really nice. And then chance of taking physical damage for allies. Basically, kind of sounds like a miniature Cecil. It's just, I wonder how much more power he actually gets. I mean, his defenses is really high, or it's higher than normal. So, I mean, he definitely seems like another interesting character to definitely pull for. And then you got Victoria, a mage. Obviously, her TM, Dark Robe, you basically get a defense for 35. Magic is 55. Spirit is plus 20. And dark resistance is 30%. And then her feature abilities is literally, basically Time Crush, chance of stopping all enemies, and Overflow, which dark damage to all enemies and power ups with consecutive. And then she gets Darka, which is dark damage to all enemies. So she would mesh pretty damn well with Vargas of the Dark. But you know how usually mages are. They're not really the main meta in the game. It's usually people who chain. Those are the people who a lot of people are looking forward to, because they want to get that damage out, and then you want to cap it with a finisher. And then you've got Timothy, which, to be perfectly honest, definitely looks cute, but it's kind of sad that it only goes up to 5-star because of the stat wise. Let's look at it as basically his TM, 15% MP, and then 35 plus magic and spirit. I could definitely see that being put on like all of like Darkfina, or hell, you know, I could see people like putting that on their Exodeth if they still use that, or they might be putting that on their healers. Like I could see someone putting that on their Tillith. And then basically its feature abilities, basically they're able to reduce fire, ice, and lightning resistance on one enemy. And then harsh words, they do the same thing, but it basically does it to water, wind, and earth. And then reduce, and then ominous words, reduce light and dark resistance to one enemy. Now, this is all coming out like at the end of this week. So the question is, should you be playing on this banner that's coming out? I would say probably yeah for one of these Varguses. It'll probably be easier to get the Vargus of Earth. It would be nice to get Victoria, especially for her TM particularly. But, you know, the winner for these two is definitely Vargus of the Dark and Vargus of the Light. Because both of them seem like they could be pretty helpful to people's teams if they need to improve their damage. And yeah, so that's about it. So please like and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'll catch you in on the next one. Pow!